Hello readers, it's Sasha, and today I am going to be filming my March TBR. So a couple of things to get out of the way. Obviously, I've been playing this Goodreads Chooses My TBR game for a while now, so I feel like most of you know the rules. However, I will just kind of go through them briefly. So essentially what I do is I just put the number of books on my Goodreads Want to Read list. I throw it into a random number generator, and the first however many books that come up correspond to the books I'm reading in the month. Yeah. About a year ago, I did include a wildcard number, so essentially I put the numbers 0 through 9 in the same random number generator, and the number that comes up is my wildcard number. If I land on any books that end in that number, then I have to add an extra book to my TBR, and I also have to add an extra book to my TBR if I land on a book that's not out yet. So yeah, that is that. And last month I did include a couple of new rules. The first thing that I included was a dice roll. So instead of picking 5 books like I always did, I just roll 2 6-sided dice, and whatever number corresponds, that's the number that I'm picking in the Goodreads Chooses My TBR portion of this video. So that was a lot of fun last month, so I'm really excited to incorporate that again. And I also included another rule where I picked the page number. So on Goodreads, I have 13 pages that have books that I want to read, which is stupid. And essentially, I put 1 through 13 in the random number generator, and I picked the page, and then I picked the book from that page, but like of my own free will. I don't think that made any sense. It's fine. So instead of doing that this month, I've decided that instead I'm going to, for the last pick for the Goodreads Chooses My TBR portion, I'm going to use the random number generator 5 times to pick 5 random books, and then I'm going to pick through those, because last time was so tedious and time consuming, just like going through every book and picking a vibe. So yeah, I just figured it would be so much easier just to get that out of the way. So that is good. So yeah, that is that. I do also want to mention that I am participating in the Shadowhunters read along hosted by Daryan, Kasey, and Lisa. I'll link their channels down below, of course, but I will just say that if I land on any Shadowhunters book, I will be switching that for the next book in the Shadowhunters read along. So for example, if I were to land on like the Bane Chronicles this month, I would instead switch it for City of Glass, which is the next book in that read along, because I don't want to read ahead of time or out of order. I just kind of want to read along with the crew. So yeah, that is what I'm doing with that. And I also just wanted to briefly mention that if I land on any like holiday, Christmas, romances, anything that's Christmas, I'm not going to read it, obviously, because I don't want to read a Christmas book in non-Christmas time. So I'm just going to go again. I don't necessarily know if that'll happen, but I do have a few Christmas books on there, so I just want to save those for December, not for March. So yeah, that is it. Without further ado, I feel like we can start recording on the screen and just kind of go into it and pick the books together. And then at the end of this, all of this, I will kind of go over the mandatory books that I have to read for the month of March, because I also have the Winers Book Club pick. I have the Buzzwordathon that I'm participating in for the first time, which is super fun. And I think I've already, oh yeah, and my 5-star predictions, which I'm doing every month. So let's just dive in. I'm super excited. I will say I did have this filmed before, but every single book that came on, I was just like, I don't want to read that. I don't want to read that. And I know that's like kind of the point of Goodreads Choose My TBR, but I just felt like I wanted a redo, so I decided to do that. So let's go on to the random dice roller and figure out how many picks I'm picking from Goodreads. That's 8. It's 8 picks. Okay, so 8 picks. Last month I believe was 6, and yeah. 8 is kind of a scary number, but I think that's okay. I think for now, that's fine. So I've added all of those on there, so that's great. And I guess we'll find out what our wild card number is now. 6. Okay. I don't think I've had a 6, so that's cool. So if I land on any number that ends in 6, I will add an extra book, which I definitely don't need this month, because 8 is enough, I feel. So let's go. Let's just go to the first one. And how many? Yeah, okay. I have 1,277 books, and it is not a good number to have. I definitely don't need to read all of these books. I just kind of, okay, what are we doing? Okay, anyway, I don't know why I add a lot of the books I do. Some of them I just kind of like think they sound good. Some of them I'm like, oh, maybe I want to get to those at some point. It's fine. That's kind of why I do this, so I can kind of get through the books that I have on my want to read list on Goodreads. So let's go to pick 1. 859. Okay, I can do that. So 859, that'll be over on page 9. Oh, Oh, okay. The Perfect Marriage by Geneva Rose. I feel like this is on Book Talk. Hold on. I'm almost certain this was on Book Talk, and the author, I think, was promoting the book or something like that. And then it sounded like really good, but then I've heard like mixed things about it. So that'll be interesting, but I am actually really excited for it. So yeah, okay. Sarah Morgan is a successful and powerful defense attorney in Washington, D.C. At 33 years old, she is named partner at her firm, and life is going exactly how she planned. The same cannot be said for her husband, Adam. He is a struggling writer who has had little success in his career. He begins to tire of his and Sarah's relationship as she is constantly working. Out in the secluded woods, at Adam and Sarah's second home, Adam engages in a passionate affair with Kelly Summers. Then, one morning, everything changes. Adam is arrested for Kelly's murder. She had been found stabbed to death in Adam and Sarah's second home. Sarah soon finds herself playing the defender for her own husband, a man accused of murdering his mistress. So that sounds incredible. Like, it sounds so good. I feel like it has, like, pretty good reviews so far, and it's got like a fairly good amount of ratings and reviews as well. So I am definitely feeling like this is gonna be good. So I feel like it's one that I'll be able to fly through really quickly because it's exactly what I look for when I'm reading like any sort of mystery thriller. Like, I love the drama. I'm always here for drama. So that is great. This is difficult. I don't like this angle. Maybe I can switch. Hello. I hate myself. Okay, this is much better. Now we'll go on to book number 2. 501. I get so anxiety when I do this, but it's fun. Like, it's a lot of fun to do. So, The Girl in 6E. Okay, this is another mystery thriller. Okay. Maybe March is gonna be like my like murder month because I think this is also about like murder. I haven't touched a human in 3 years. That seems like it would be a difficult task, but it's not anymore thanks to the internet. I am quite possibly the most popular recluse ever. Not many shut-ins have a 200-member fan club, a bank account in the 7-figure range, and hundreds of men lining up to pay for undivided attention. They get satisfaction, I get a distraction. Their secret desires are nothing compared to why I hide. My lust for blood, my love of death. Taking their money is easy. Keeping all these secrets, one is bound to escape. What if you hid yourself away because all you could think of was killing? And what if one girl's life was depending on you venturing into society? Enter a world of lies, thrills, fears, and all desires in this original thriller from A.R. Tor. That sounds great. I love women that want to kill. It's just like, not to be weird, but it's like such a turn on in books. Like, not in real life. Like, if I ever met a killer, I'd be like,
you could murder me.
But like, it's such a cool thing in books. So yeah, I'm like super excited about that. So The Girl in 6E. So now let's go into book 3. 1053. Okay. So if we remember, Goodreads stops counting after you hit 1,000. So I do have to count for myself, which is fine. It's not a big deal. It's just something to keep in mind. I'm not being weird. Like, I mean, maybe I am, but 6E. Could that be as it's a place? A location? I feel like that can be used as a location because it's where she lives, like 6E. I think depending on what comes up for the rest of this, I think I'm going to do that. Oh no, I don't think this is out yet. A show for 2. I don't think this is out yet. Hold on. I also don't know why it's, yeah, no, this isn't out yet. So I think I've added this twice. No, I think I know what happened. I think I entered a Goodreads giveaway. And when you enter the giveaway, it adds it to your TBR. And I try to keep on top of that, but sometimes it gets away from you. So you've seen it here first, folks. Let's go to the next book. 371. Okay, perfect. 371. Oh my god, if 1 was the number, I'd be like quaking right now. Quaking. Here Lies Daniel Tate. Okay, this is a mystery. Don't remember what it is, but it's a mystery. A young, street-savvy runaway looking for a place to call home realizes he might have conned his way into the wrong family in this fast-paced and thrilling novel from award-winning author Kristen Terrell. I hate when I read that part because it's like, it's not necessary. When 10-year-old Daniel Tate went missing from one of California's most elite communities, he left no trace. He simply vanished. 6 years later, when he resurfaces on a snowy street in Vancouver, he's no longer the same boy. His sandy hair is darker, the freckles are gone, and he's initially too traumatized to speak, but he is alive. His overjoyed family brings him home to a world of luxury and comfort he can barely remember. In time, they assure him he'll recover his memories. All that matters now is they're together again. It's perfect. A miracle. Except for one thing. He isn't Daniel Tate. That is insane. He's a petty con artist who accidentally stumbled into the scam of a lifetime, and he soon learns he's not the only one in the Tate household with something to hide. The family has as many secrets as they have millions in the bank, and one of them might be ready to kill to keep the worst one buried. Life can't get any better than this month. That sounds so freaking good. And this is super underhyped. It only has like 4,500 ratings and less than 1,000 reviews. So I don't know, but I'm so pumped for this. That's crazy. I think this is going to be super fun to read. So I'm really excited. Okay. This is going to be fun. What a day. Okay, let's go on to the next one. Oh, 12:25. Okay, so we're going to like a new edition. What could she be? Could she be a romance? Romance would be nice. I like romance. Maybe some smut. Sorry, Mom. Okay, I have to count. I forgot. It's not out yet either. Okay, let's go again. Will we ever end? I don't know. That's a fun idea, but here we freaking are. So who knows? 263. I don't know why I didn't say that out loud, but my next one was 263. So let's go over to page 3 and figure this out together, because what is happening in my life? Peaches, what is happening? Brave Enough by Katie Gardner. Did I get this one before and I just never read it maybe? That sounds like super familiar. It's definitely contemporary, so that's super exciting, but I don't remember. Teenager Kasey Martin is the youngest ballerina in the Atlanta Ballet Conservatory. She never really had a choice of whether she learned to dance or not. Her mother, the conservatory's artistic director, has made all the decisions in Kasey's life, but that's about to change. Kasey has been hiding an injury, and it's much worse than anyone imagines. Davis Channing understands all too well what it's like to give up control of your life. He has survived cancer, but his drug addiction nearly killed him. Now he's been sober for 7 months and enjoying his community service at the hospital. But just when he thinks he's got it together, Davis's ex-girlfriend, who is still battling her addiction, barrels back into his life. Kasey and Davis are not friends, but as their worlds collide, they will start to depend on one another. Can they both be brave enough to beat the odds? I think I'm gonna cry. I'm like almost certain I will cry. Looks like there are 2 books in here. That was Peaches. She has been, oh my god, I'll get emotional. She's been playing, which she's never done, like literally ever since we got her 3 years ago. She doesn't play out in the open, and when she does, it's with like a very soft toy and she'll like rub her head on it. But lately, like every once in a while, she'll just like, I don't know if she like stumbles upon the ball, but then she's like, oh my god, it's a ball, and she just chases it like a kitten, and she's almost 15. So that just always, like, the first time I saw it happen, I like literally cried. But anytime I see her do that, I just like, it makes my heart so happy just to see her and to know that she's comfortable enough to do that in my home. Like, this is such a tangent, but she was abused for so long. You know, for like 11 or 12 years of her life, she was abused. So for her to be free enough and feel comfortable enough to just openly play and run around, and it's just like, it's so special because I know she's comfortable here, and that was our entire goal, to give her an amazing end of life. So she is thriving, and I was just, oh, she makes me so happy. Okay, so that's great. Let's go to the next one before I just like cry. So 9:38, we're gonna want to go to page 10, but I can't see it, so I've got to go to the next one. The Temp. I own this. I just recently got this. Okay, yeah, that's fine. I think it's another like mystery thriller as well. So those are so easy to get through. So I feel like March, while I have a lot on my plate, I feel like it's going to be easier to get through them because I find those ones to just go by so quickly. Emma would do anything to work for the woman who has the job she wants. Carrie's at the top of her game with a dream career, a baby on the way, and a handsome screenwriter husband. For Emma, with parents who don't understand her ambition and a serious misstep behind her, this temp position might be her last chance. Carrie has given up more than anyone knows to get to the top of a ruthless business. She won't give up this baby too, but with Emma filling in for her at the office, her perfect life starts to unravel. Her bank account is inexplicably overdrawn, her husband seems strangely distant, and colleagues are all too happy to take Emma's creative direction. Carrie finds herself dying to get back to work, until a letter left at her door changes everything. This does say that this is a love triangle. However, I am fine with that. I like love triangles. I'm one of like the very few people on here who enjoy love triangles, but I feel like if it's done tastefully, it can be fine and it can be fun, and I love the drama. Like I said earlier, I'm here for the drama. So love triangles are just drama, drama, drama. So I love that. So I'm super excited. It'll be nice to get to this book. Okay, we're halfway there. Why are we only halfway there? This is actually kind of depressing. So that's great. Let's go to the next one. 411. Okay. We're gonna go to page 5. Little Universes by Heather Demetrios. Oh, yay! This is so exciting. When a tsunami strikes the island where their parents are vacationing, it soon becomes clear that their mom and dad are never coming home. May and Hannah Winters, I guess, would be a good place to start. Forced to move to Boston from sunny California for the rest of their senior year, each girl struggles with secrets their parents' death has brought to light, and with their uncertainty about the future. Instead of bringing them closer, it feels like the wave has torn the sisters apart. Hannah is a secret poet who wants to be seen but only knows how to hide. The pain pills she stole from her dead father hurl her onto the shores of an addiction she can't shake, and a dealer who turns her heart upside down. When it's clear Hannah's drowning, May, a budding astronaut, suddenly launched into an existential crisis and unexpected love, must choose between herself and the only family she has left. So, that sounds incredible. I'm really excited to read this. I can't believe I got this one. So, that's great. I'm really excited. I'm gonna go to the next one, and it's 11:22. Okay, so this is another newer-ish one. That's nerve-wracking because I feel like I've added more that are not out yet. Newer, like more recently. So fingers crossed that it's not something bad. Twice Shy, I think that's a holiday one, actually. That sounds like Once Bitten and Twice Shy. Hold on. Maybe it's not. Maybe I'm just overanalyzing. It's not. Okay, this is good. It's cute romance. I like cute romance. That's my favorite kind. So, Maybelle Parrish has always been a dreamer and a hopeless romantic, but living in her own world has long been preferable to dealing with the disappointments of real life. So when Maybelle inherits a charming house in the Smokies from her great aunt Violet, she seizes the opportunity to make a fresh start. Yet when she arrives, it seems her troubles have only just begun. Not only is the house falling apart around her, but she isn't the only inheritor. She has to share everything with Wesley Kohler, the groundskeeper, who's as grouchy as he is gorgeous, grumpy sunshine, and it turns out he has a very different vision for the property's future. But when Maybelle uncovers something unexpectedly sweet beneath Wesley scowls, and as the two slowly begin to let their guard down, they might learn that sometimes the smallest steps outside one's comfort zone can lead to the greatest rewards. I'm gonna cry. I'm gonna throw up. That's so cute. I'm so excited. Okay, see, life is turning around for me. Like, I know I added a bunch of books, but like, they're all kind of like low-key good. So let's go to the next one. 11:02. Okay, perfect. 56 days. I don't remember what this one is. It might be about COVID. Yes, it is. Okay, that's what I thought. No one knew they'd moved in together. Now one of them is dead. Could this be the perfect murder? 56 days ago, Sierra and Oliver meet in a supermarket queue in Dublin the same week COVID-19 reaches Irish shores. 35 days ago, when lockdown threatens to keep them apart, Oliver suggests that Sierra move in with him. She sees a unique opportunity for a new relationship to flourish without the pressure or scrutiny of family and friends. He sees it as an opportunity to hide who and what he really is. Today, detectives arrive at Oliver's apartment to discover a decomposing body inside. Will they be able to determine what really happened, or has lockdown provided someone with the opportunity to commit the perfect crime? Obviously, another mystery thriller that's super cool, but I love that this is also about COVID-19. I think I saw this on Daryan's channel, and at first I was like, do I want to read a book about the coronavirus? But I feel like it's really cool to add those real world things because we have been living through this for several years now. I feel like it's kind of cool to add that into books. And some people read to escape, and that's fine. But I think it's also really cool to have this unique premise. So yeah, I'm super pumped about this. I think this is going to be a really good book. The ratings aren't too bad. So yeah, I'm super down with this. I have a lot of like adult mystery thriller, which is super cool. I love that. So yeah, I think this is my last pick before I do the 5 books from Goodreads. So that's super exciting. And here we go. 11:50. So I'm still on this page. So hold on. Accidentally Engaged. So another cutesy romance. I'm here for it. Rena Van G doesn't love her career, her single status, and most of all, her family inserting themselves into every detail of her life. But when caring for her precious sourdough starters, Rena can drown it all out. At least until her father moves his newest employee across the hall, with hopes that Rena will marry him. But Nadim's not like the other Muslim bachelors du jour that her parents have dug up. If the Captain America body and the British accent weren't enough, the man appears to love eating her bread creations as much as she loves making them. She sure as hell would never marry a man who works for her father, but friendship with a neighbor is okay, right? And when Rena's career takes a nosedive, Nadim happily agrees to fake an engagement so they can enter a couple's video cooking contest to win the artisan bread course of her dreams. Fake dating, arranged marriage, baking and cooking. I'm not even done. Okay. As cooking at home together brings them closer, things turn physical, but Rena isn't worried. She knows Nadim is keeping secrets, but it's fine. Secrets are always on the menu where her family is concerned, and her heart is protected. She's not marrying the man. But even secrets kept for self-preservation have a way of getting out, especially when meddling parents and gossiping families are involved. Sold, sealed the deal, licked the envelope, I'm ready. This is all I want in my life. That sounds so good. Okay. Okay, so now I'm going to pick 5 numbers, and then we're gonna go through them together and figure out what books they are. I did already get my buzzword-a-thon. I'm going to use 6E because it does have a location in the title. 6E is the apartment number or hotel room, whatever, so it does work, I feel like. I would love to get the Winer's pick on there. That would be cool. Or my 5-star predictions for the month. Or, of course, a Shadowhunters book would be phenomenal to get that kind of rolling. But let's see what the cards have in store for me today. So 1168 is this one. And obviously, the rules are kind of like out the window now, so if I do land on one that's not out or ends in a 6, I don't need to add any more, it's fine. So 1168, 1073, ooh, 35, that's so much lower. 250, okay, and 1026. Okay, so we've got some good numbers in here. I feel like we should just start with 1168 because that's where I'm here already. So I'm already at 1150, so let's see. Oh, okay. It's a Jennifer L. Armentrout adult fantasy paranormal romance. He's arrogant, domineering, and to die for. Hunter is a ruthless killer, and the Department of Defense has him firmly in their grasp, which usually doesn't chafe too badly because he gets to kill bad guys. Most of the time, he enjoys his job. That is, until he's saddled with something he's never had to do before. Protect a human from his mortal enemy. Serena Cross didn't believe her best friend when she claimed to have seen the son of a powerful senator turn into something unnatural. Who would? But then she witnesses her friend's murder at the hands of what can only be an alien, thrusting her into a world that will kill to protect their secret. Hunter stirs Serena's temper and her lust despite their differences. Soon he's doing the unthinkable, breaking the rules he's lived by, going against the government to keep Serena safe. But are the aliens and the government the biggest threats to Serena's life, or is it Hunter? And that's, love it, 10 out of 10. Jennifer Armentrout she's so good at what she does, and her books just flow so well. Their pacing is there. So this is definitely a contender for me. I love her. Although I didn't love the Lux series itself, I did read one book in the spin-off series. I don't remember what it was called, and I did like it more than the Lux series. I think I just didn't really like the characters in the original series, so this one could definitely be different. So she's there. She's a contender. We're ready to see what's next. So let's do 1026 because that is technically what would be next on this list is 1026. So let's see. Okay, so it's the Atlas Paradox, by Olivia Blake. This is the second book in the Atlas 6 series that does not have a release date or anything like that. Obviously, I cannot pick it. So Obsession is still looking like the top one. So let's go to 1073 because we're already on that page. Razorblade Tears. Okay, this one I've heard some pretty good things about. So, a black father, a white father, 2 murdered sons, a quest for vengeance. Ike Randolph has been out of jail for 15 years with not so much as a speeding ticket in all that time. But a black man with cops at the door knows to be afraid. The last thing he expects to hear is that his son Isaiah has been murdered along with Isaiah's white husband Derek. Ike had never fully accepted his son but is devastated by his loss. Derek's father, Buddy Lee, was almost as ashamed of Derek for being gay as Derek was ashamed his father was a criminal. Buddy Lee still has contacts in the underworld though, and he wants to know who killed his boy. Ike and Buddy Lee, 2 ex-cons with little else in common other than a criminal past and a love for their dead sons, band together in their desperate desire for revenge. In their quest to do better for their sons in death than they did in life, hardened men Ike and Buddy Lee will confront their own prejudices about their sons and each other as they rain down vengeance upon those who hurt their boys. Oh no, that sounds so good. And it's not as... Am I gonna... I have no idea. So let's go to the next one and we'll try to narrow it down, but those 2 are looking pretty good right now. So let's see. We'll go to 250 because that again is next. 250 Orphan Monster Spy. I own this, so that's always like a bonus, but I don't think I want to start another series this month. I already have a lot of books on my plate. I don't feel like adding something else. How many books are in this series? I guess there's only 2 books, so it's not like the end of the world, but is it something I want? I obviously, like, I know what it is. Like, I want to read it, but like, well, let's see. After her mother is shot at a checkpoint, 15-year-old Sarah, blonde, blue-eyed, and Jewish, finds herself on the run from a government that wants to see every person like her dead. Then Sarah meets a mysterious man with an ambiguous accent, a suspiciously bare apartment, and a lockbox full of weapons. He's a spy, and he needs Sarah to become one too, to pull off a mission he can't attempt on his own. Infiltrate a boarding school attended by the daughters of top Nazi brass, befriend the daughter of a key scientist, and steal the blueprints to a bomb that could destroy the cities of Western Europe. With years of training from her actress mother in the art of impersonation, Sarah thinks she's ready, but nothing prepares her for her cutthroat schoolmates, and soon she finds herself in a battle for survival unlike any she'd ever imagined. Obviously, this does have something in it for me. Like, it is, oh, damn it, I own this. So, like, I'm staring at her. She's right here. I own her. So it would be nice to read my physical TBR. Maybe I'll do this one. Wow, this is harder than I was expecting it to be. Okay, we have one more. I don't remember what it was, but we have one more. 35. I'm gonna say it's probably not gonna be one I will want to read, but it's definitely one I own. So that's an issue. That's another issue altogether. I want to read down my physical TBR. That's always like a goal of mine, is to do that. Maybe One Day by Melissa Cantor. I own this one too. It is a contemporary. Zoe and her best friend Olivia have always had big plans for the future, none of which included Olivia getting sick. Still, Zoe is determined to put on a brave face and be positive for her friend. Even when she isn't sure what to say, even when Olivia misses months of school, even when Zoe starts falling for Calvin, Olivia's crush. The one thing that keeps Zoe moving forward is knowing that Olivia will beat this and everything will go back to the way it was before. It has to, because the alternative is too terrifying for her to even imagine. So I have that one too. So I think I am going to choose between the two that I own. So I'll cancel Obsession. I will cancel Razorblade Tears. I guess the question is, am I looking for a young adult historical fiction, or am I looking for a young adult contemporary? I think what I'll do, I'll probably go with maybe One Day by Melissa Cantor, because it is not a series and it's just a one book commitment. So let's go with maybe One Day. And that's that. So I'm going to end the recording here, and then we can kind of get on to the 4 priorities that I do have to figure out this month. So obviously, I've already got the Buzzwordathon, the Girl in 6E. I'm using it. It might be like loose, but it's fine. Next, I want to talk about the Shadowhunters read along. So book 3 for March is The City of Glass. Obviously, I'm not going to go into spoilers, but if you have not participated, or maybe you have not known about the Shadowhunters read along, I will link all 3 channels down below, and you guys can kind of look and see what you're thinking for that. But I highly recommend joining. The live show was super fun last time. I didn't actually get to attend, but I watched it back and it was super fun. And just being back in the world, crazy. Or if you've never picked it up before but you're looking for a chance to, this is a really great way, and it's a really healthy environment to discuss it. So I think that's awesome. And next I'll talk about my 5-star prediction. So if you haven't seen my 5-star prediction video for 2022, I will link that down below as well. But essentially, I've picked 12 books / series that I think are going to be 5 stars, and I plan on reading them one each month, and we'll see kind of at the end of the year how I felt about all of them. My pick for March, thank God, was a standalone, and it's Starfish by Akemi Dawn Bowman. So a half-Japanese teen grapples with social anxiety and her narcissist mother in the wake of a crushing rejection from art school in this debut novel. Kiko Himura has always had a hard time saying exactly what she's thinking. With a mother who makes her feel unremarkable and a half-Japanese heritage she doesn't quite understand, Kiko prefers to keep her head down, certain that once she makes it into her dream art school, Prism, her real life will begin. But then Kiko doesn't get into Prism. At the same time, her abusive uncle moves back in with her family. So when she receives an invitation from her childhood friend to leave her small town and tour art schools on the West Coast, Kiko jumps at the opportunity in spite of the anxieties and fears that attempt to hold her back. And now that she's finally free to be her own person outside the constricting walls of her home life, Kiko learns life-changing truths about herself, her past, and how to be brave. So I'm super excited about this. Obviously, I have very high hopes for it, but from what I've heard from people who have read it, and just from, you know, a connection to the synopsis, I feel really strongly about this. I think it will be 5 stars. So I'm super excited about that. And then the last book I want to talk about is the book for the Winers Book Club pick, which is on Daryan's channel. Again, she's linked down below. You should definitely check her out. It is The Last Thing He Told Me by Hannah Hall. So this is a Goodreads 2021 choice winner, which is super cool. So we all have stories we never tell. Before Owen Michaels disappears, he manages to smuggle a note to his beloved wife of 1 year. Protect her. Despite her confusion and fear, Hannah Hall knows exactly to whom the note refers. Owen's 16-year-old daughter, Bailey. Bailey, who lost her mother tragically as a... Wait a second. The Last Thing He Told Me is by Laura Dave, not Hannah Hall. I almost had I was like, did she name the main character after herself? Because I feel like that's a little too on the nose. It's fine. She did not. that's fine. Okay, Bailey lost her mother tragically as a child. Bailey wants absolutely nothing to do with her new stepmother. As Hannah's increasingly desperate calls to Owen go unanswered, as the FBI arrests Owen's boss, as a U.S. Marshal and FBI agents arrive at her Sausalito home unannounced, Hannah quickly realizes her husband isn't who he said he was, and that Bailey just may hold the key to figuring out Owen's true identity and why he really disappeared. Hannah and Bailey set out to discover the truth together, but as they start putting together the pieces of Owen's past, they soon realize that they are also building a new future, one neither of them could have anticipated. Incredible. 10 out of 10. Sounds great. Super excited about it. So yeah, again, if you want to, I will link the Twitter as well down below so that you can follow us along, figure out when we're actually doing that. And then we usually do it like the first or second week of the month following. So it'll likely be the first week of April. But yeah, I'm super pumped about that. I've heard really great things about it from everyone who's read it. So I'm so excited. So that is a mixed bag of books. I feel like we have a lot of mystery thriller, adult mystery thriller, which is great. We have a couple of adult romances, which are not smutty, which are super cute. So yeah, and a couple of like YA contemporaries. So I'm definitely looking forward to this. I think this is going to be really great to do for the month of March because I feel like those are the two books, like book genres I can get through the quickest. So like contemporary and mystery thriller. So yeah, thank you so much for tuning into this video. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. And I post kind of whenever I can. Just school is really hectic and life is really hectic, but I do my best. So yeah, that's it. Thank you for tuning into this video. And until next time, bye readers.